Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and here on this channel I ramble with articulation, I hope, about a variety of different musical, video and audio elements of the videos that I watch. And today I'm going to be checking out a video from 2019 of a song by Joriah Kwamé called Little Miss Perfect. This one is huge. This video has had over 10 million views on YouTube, and I understand it has got quite a following. I am not familiar with it. I hadn't come across it. I'd heard about the Write Out Loud competition that was run by Taylor Louderman, or started by Taylor Louderman, and the idea with that was that it was going to be an opportunity for new writers to basically do stuff and be discovered. And my new writer is here and wants to say hi. Yeah. What are you doing? You running the channel now? He says, I am your boss. Hey? He's chatty today. Yeah, I had heard of the competition, but I actually wasn't that familiar with it. And given that I'm from a musical theatre background, this is mildly surprising to me. I probably should have looked into it a lot sooner. But this song has absolutely blown up since. I understand that Joriah wrote a sequel to it called Ordinary, and actually in February of next year, the Olney Theatre Centre in Olney, Maryland, is going to be putting on the world premiere of Little Miss Perfect, the musical, the whole show, which is really, really exciting. I love hearing about success stories and developments of shows like that. It's so wonderful. And I'm really excited to check this out. This was recommended to me by my friend Rio, who said this would be an excellent song for me to be covering around now. And on that note, happy Pride to anybody who is celebrating. I hope that you are having a wonderful Pride Month. Yeah, I think this is going to be really interesting to see. I love Taylor Louderman. For those who don't know, Taylor Louderman, best known as playing Regina George in the musical version of my brain just went. Mean Girls. There we go. I was stuck on Freaky Friday because the remake was been up recently, and of course, similar time zone, time era, I think. Anyway, yes, Taylor Louderman was Regina George on Broadway in Mean Girls the musical, and for that reason, she sort of that blew her up. I think she'd already done a lot and had been very successful, but she got a Tony nomination for Best Actress for that, and so yeah, very, very well known as a result. And the fact that she's using her sort of recognition within the community to promote new musical theatre writers is phenomenal, because we need more ways for new musical theatre writers to be heard, because there's remarkable talent out there, and as someone who has written a musical, getting your stuff heard is tricky. So yeah, this is very exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing what's what. I don't really have any context for this other than it's obviously Pride related in some way, shape or form, because it was recommended to me to listen to it around now. And that's about it. So without any further delay, I will say welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are a returning viewer. Welcome if this is your first time here. If it is, the way this works, I'm going to watch this from beginning to end. I will comment, I will emote over the top of the video. I will then go back and watch it a second time, this time pausing and offering what commentary and analysis I feel I can based on what I've just seen and heard, and the foreknowledge of having seen it one time before. If you are just here for the reaction, the first quarter or so of this video will be enough for you, I think. Also, I am still in my new space. The audio quality in my last video actually turned out much better than I was expecting, so I'm hoping the same is true now. I don't keep the microphone and stuff set up. I actually have to do that each time just because it gets in the way otherwise. So hopefully this is as good a setup as it was last time. Please do like the video, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and if you would like to support the channel, you can do so by going to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, to patreon.com/DavidKReacts, or by leaving a super thanks here on YouTube, and any of those will be very gratefully appreciated if you should so choose to do them. That's it. So without any further delay, let's jump in and check out Taylor Louderman performing Joriah Kwamé's Little Miss Perfect.
Straight hair, straight A's, straightforward, straight past. I don't cut corners, I make a point to be on time. Head of the student council, I don't black out at parties. I jam to Paul McCartney. If you ask me how I'm doing, I'll say, well, I was adopted.
This is great, very catchy melody.
My parents spoiled me rotten often. I ask myself,
Ooh.
That would be absurd behavior for Little Miss Perfect.
Oh, I love that melody.
I can't risk falling off my throne. La 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 la. Love is something I don't even know. Straight hair, straight A's, straightforward, straight girl. Little Miss Perfect, that's me.
Okay, I'm questioning at least one of those.
One night, my friends stayed over. We laughed and drank and ordered something about her drew me in. Wait, it's totally platonic. That night was
Sure.
so exciting.
This is great. I love this
Her
song.
smirks were so enticing. Hours speed by like seconds. Then what happens is iconic. She takes a sip, I bite my lip. She tells a joke, I nearly choke. She braids my hair, I sit there blacking out for the first time. Next thing I know,
Oh, these
I
lyrics are
lose
so
control.
good.
I finally kiss her, but oh no, I see a face in my window. Then my brain starts to go, nah, 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 no. You can't risk falling off your
Oh,
throne.
I love the breakdown here. This is a great choice.
Love is something you don't even know. Nah, 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 nah. You can't risk falling off your throne. La, 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 la.
Woo!
You don't even know.
Oh,
Blind
that's
induced
fantastic.
amnesia. Deny the truth, it's easier. You're just confused, believe her when she says there's nothing there. It's never worth it when your little miss perfect.
Oh, I like that. That's really good. Fantastic. I can totally see why that blew up. One, the subject matter. Obvious. How could it not? That is adorable. I love the sense of self-discovery, the sense of coming out of the closet, the sense of finding out that there is a closet to come out of. You know, that's, I think, a question some people have to ask as well. That's fantastic, and I can see that hitting home. And actually, my one other understanding I have is that that has also hit several ship communities, and I can totally see that as well. That makes complete sense. Two, that melody and that the way that that has been pitched and harmonized and all that kind of stuff, it's so catchy. That is so easy to pick up on. Da da da. The 5/1 thing that's going on here, very, very accessible, which is one of the key things I think to making a song catch on quickly. Then you throw into it the fact that Joriah's written some fantastic lyrics as well. Taylor's performance is brilliant. I really like the instrumentation too. Lots to talk about here, but wow, that's a great piece of music. I really, really like that. Let's hop back and take another listen and see what we can pull out of this, because there's some really cool stuff going on here. I like what they're, even straight off the bat, is you've got the da 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 da, fairly typical. You know, that's a musical theatre thing. You know, this repeating chord thing up in the top, great, open fifth, but also this dum da dum da dum. That's like nice little emphasis being thrown onto this 5/1 5/1. We're going to hear a lot of 5/1 in this, and it's feeding us what to expect, but it's doing it also slightly differently, and you'll see what I mean in a second. Also, no tonality at this point in time. Da, da, da. That's all we've got to work on. Bum, bum, 5/1 tells us nothing. It could be 5/3/1, and then we've got a major chord. We're in this major chord. Or it could be 5/3/1, and it could be minor and sad. Doesn't give us any information. It just leads us into this thing and leaves it open for us to discover the tonality in a moment. Nice little touch of anticipation and like, sort of going on there. Or anti-anticipation almost.
Straight hair, straight A's, straightforward, straight past. I don't.
And we almost still don't have... We're starting to get, with the chord we just switched to, we're starting to get a sense of tonality. It could be going minor, but there's something about the lead in that's happening here that's suggesting major to me. But notice...
Straight hair, straight A's, straightforward.
Still only 5 and 1. We don't have any leading tonality going on here. We just have a sense that this is our key, and that's it. Which is really, really kind of cool, because there's this whole sense of self-discovery to come throughout this, and it's being represented musically. We go into this musically not knowing where the song is going to go, just like the character doesn't really know where this is going to go as well. That's lovely.
Straight hair, straight A's, straightforward, straight past. I don't cut corners, I make a point to be on time. Head out the student council.
And there we get this lovely little bluesy descent going on there. That's just, again, we're getting the sense, it's leading now. If I were to hazard a guess, currently listening to this for the first time ever, like I just did, I would be guessing major at this point in time. I'd be guessing we've got this upbeat tone, we've got this upbeat rhythm that's going on here. It doesn't sound like it's going to be a sad song. It might have a couple of moments that go down that route, but we're going somewhere a bit more upbeat than that. And that I think that's such a fantastic way to lead into this. The fact that we're just getting here and we have that lovely little bluesy lick to go back down to.
I don't black out at.
Yep, the open fifths again, still. And it's so great because it's such a simple. Also notice that we had the bum ba bum ba bum. It's a kind of a sense of him landing on here and then lead back to here. Lead back to here, but then she's I don't dum dum. It's almost feeling like it's in reverse. You've got this lovely counterpoint between what the piano's doing and what the vocals are doing. Really cool stuff.
I don't cut corners, I make a point to be on time. Head out the student council, I don't.
Head out the student count. There's our third for the first time, I think. Head out the student council. That settles us into major right there. And that is the first time we really get a sense of tonality nearly 20 seconds into the whole song. That's fantastic.
To be on time. Head out.
I also love the simple breakdown of how this is put together. Focus on piano and vocals, just that hint of percussion. These gentle cymbal hits, the slight sense of the hi-hat closing. Really, really nice stuff.
I make a point
Sorry, it's not even closing. It's the closed hi-hat being hit. But there's no sense of power. There's no sense of major attack. There's just that little hint that there is something there keeping rhythm in the background, which I really like.
On time. Head out the student council. I don't black out at parties.
Oh! That's because isn't there a lyric in this where she says, I just blacked out for the first time? Or I'm blacking up? That's great! Because there's so much setup here. I missed that the first time around because there's so many lyrics in this. But I love the fact that we have this setup of straight A's, straight this, straight girl, straightforward. Hey, we start questioning all of that stuff. But also her experiences of life. I don't black out at parties. Well, you're about to in about a minute and a half. I love that. That's fantastic. Really, really good writing.
Head out the student council. I don't black out at parties. I jam to Paul McCartney. If you ask me how I'm doing, I'll say, well, I would.
That is amazing. I love that so much because I think there's something so great about the fact that there is so much security. Straight A's, straight girl, straightforward. I don't black out at parties. I like to jam out to Paul McCartney. How are you doing? Now there isn't an answer. That's fabulous.
I'm doing, I'll say, well, I was adopted when I was 2. My parents spoiled me rotten often. I ask myself, what did I do to get as far as I've gotten?
And I love that there's two sort of ways that you can read this song. I was adopted when I was 2. That could be the beginning of the answer to the question, how are you doing? This could be somebody who doesn't have the confidence. They have the self-confidence within themselves to know that they're good at what they do, but they don't have the confidence to actually speak to people. Or it could just be that was a period. Well, new conversation. I was adopted. And I love the fact that you have that openness there to kind of work with the song and figure out what's going on at that point.
Myself, what did I do? How I'm doing, I'll say, well,
And I love that da 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 da. Lovely that dum 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 dum. -7, -6 down to the 5 is a really, really nice descent that we've had a couple of times there, and I think that's a really, really nice choice, especially jumping back up each time. Da 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 da. Little touches there. Just gives us a little bit of interest, but we're still so heavily focused on this 5-1 motif, and now we shift away from it.
I was adopted when I was 2. My parents spoiled me rotten. Often I ask myself, what did I do?
What did I do? Those times we're going back down to the 5, but now we have so much more tonality to what's actually being sung. Really, really nice.
Spoiled me rotten. Often I ask myself, what did I do to get as far as I've gotten? A pretty girl walks by my locker. My heart gives a flutter, but I don't dare utter a word, 'cause that would be absurd behavior for Little Miss Perfect.
Oh, that line is so good for so many reasons.
My heart gives a flutter, but I don't.
Right, everyone give it.
Pretty girl. My parents spoiled me rotten. Often I ask myself, what did I do to get as far as I've gotten?
I love all of this. We've got this really, even though I'm asking myself, what did I do to get it? It's to get this far. How well I've done up to this point. All of this, with the exception of the and the lead up from it, has all been really, really confident, not only in what the character is saying, but in how Taylor is singing it. And then we get this.
A pretty girl walks by my locker.
I love that there's a lovely sense of what the change in the harmony there is really nice. A pretty girl walks by. All of a sudden it's a little bit more contemplative, the tone of voice she's chosen.
My heart gives a flutter, but I don't dare utter a word.
I love that. My heart gives a flutter, but I don't dare utter. That the way that's been rhythmically constructed gives you that sense of those sort of butterflies that you get when you see somebody that you like. But don't dare utter a word. We're going back to that. We're leading to that bum bum. We're going back to that resolution again. We know something is coming. We're not about to explore this further quite yet.
Locker. My heart gives a flutter, but I don't dare utter a word, 'cause that would be absurd behavior.
Because that would be absurd behavior. That's really, really nice because it's almost like we're going slightly dark. With the character's thoughts, don't dare utter a word, because we've kind of got there, it's a little bit darker, and then rather than bum bum, we just going straight back to the tonic there, it brightens it, but I don't dare go that jump back up again, because that would be absurd, rather.
Utter a word, 'cause that would be absurd behavior for Little Miss Perfect.
And it's that da 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 da. It reasserts that sense of conviction that was there before, perhaps misplaced conviction, as we find out. But there's that sense there of, okay, I'm, it's hard to hear in some ways because that right there is you. Now we know there's a closet, and you've peeked out the door and then closed it again, and it's. It's not an experience I've been through, but my goodness, it must be difficult to be aware of those walls and to want to be able to step out and put the closet behind you and to feel you have to take a step back and close that door. I love this because it's so lighthearted. It's approaching a very difficult topic, and a topic that I think, an action that is the biggest thing in the world for somebody to go through, and to not know how the people around you are going to respond, and to want to be accepted for who you are, and yet to feel that you have to hide that's heartbreaking. And this is approaching that serious subject matter, but it is doing it with a sense of levity that makes it approachable. I think that's maybe another thing that speaks to its success, is everything about this is so approachable. And yet if you really listen to what's being said, it's heavy topic matter. It's great. Wonderful stuff.
'Cause that would be absurd behavior for Little Miss Perfect.
It's how difficult to hear that sense of Little Miss Perfect wouldn't do this. Because what's not perfect about loving somebody? Whoever it is, right? But that sense there, again, hard stuff. This is wonderful, wonderful rating. Thank God this song exists.
'Cause that would be absurd behavior for Little Miss Perfect. Na 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 no. I can't risk falling off my throne.
That's so, I love that. Na 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 no. That set the lead into the no, because there is that sense of sort of, you know, thinking in gibberish when you're not quite sure where you're going, and it's just that there's that lack of any kind of direction of the na 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 na. It's almost like deciding, am I actually going to say no? Yeah, I'm going to say no. Really, really well done.
Na 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 no. I can't risk falling off my throne.
And the graduate, I didn't even notice when the guitar started coming in, but that creep in of the guitar in the background, I don't usually...
A pretty girl. A word. 'Cause that would be absurd behavior for Little Miss Perfect. Na 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 no.
Yeah, so it's there. That's really nice when she starts the no. It's a great point to bring in the additional instrumentation. We're fleshing things out now because now there's a question to actually be asked. It's not just this, I'm, you know, straight girl who isn't going to say she's not doing okay, but is good. Yeah, okay, we're good. Now there's a little more body to what's actually going on here, so we bring in an additional instrument. That's really nice.
I can't risk falling off my throne. La 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 la. Love is something I don't even know.
And the bass coming in there as well. This is really, really nice construction of this. Lovely evolution as we go through the piece, which is something I talk about a lot on this channel.
La 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 la. Love is something I don't even know. Straight hair, straight A's, straightforward, straight girl. Little Miss Perfect, that's me.
Oh, that's so good. I love the fact that we come back to this, the same lyric that started the song, the straight hair, straight girls, straight A's. But with this time it's punctuated. It's more broken up. It's more, I'm saying this. This is what I'm forcing myself into. Which, of course, not the right way to go about things, but maybe necessary in the moment, or at least one has convinced oneself that it is necessary, or whatever the circumstances might be. But that's the vibe I get from this, because it's changed. It's not the same. At the beginning, it was conviction born out of a certainty because no questions had been asked. Now the question's been asked, it's a conviction out of this is what I need to be Little Miss Perfect.
No, straight hair, straight A's, straightforward, straight girl. Little Miss Perfect,
That's a really cool choice too. Notice the piano note that holds on over straight girl.
straightforward, straight girl.
It's like it's already questioning that. That's so good.
Little Miss Perfect, that's me.
I love that riff to that's me. That's really nice because we have, I think,
Girl, Little Miss Perfect, that's me.
That's me. Major, minor, tonic. That's really nice. Great little bit of riffing there. Again, uncertainty. We have the major. That's me. Is it? Maybe not. That really nice. Really nice.
Girl, Little Miss Perfect, that's me.
Oh, I really like. Just a cool musical touch there that you have the bum 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 on the piano, bum, and then just the bass on that final note.
One night, my friends stayed over. We laughed and drank and ordered something about her drew me in. Why? It's totally platonic.
The tone that she has there. What? It's that's brilliant. I think, knowing she's been Regina George, I think the character, like what she's doing here and what she's doing with what she learned from playing that part, and bringing that, because this would have been 2019 would have been right after she finished doing that part. I love that she's using some of that in this, but of course the character goes in different directions, but really, really, really nice. Little bits of vocal choice, tonality, things like that.
About her drew me in. it's totally platonic. That
So good. Totally, of course it is. Yeah, sure. And again, totally platonic. We've gone up to that fifth, but it's not an immediate resolution. We go back down to da da, and again, a little bit of a question being left there.
about her drew me in. Wait, it's totally platonic. That night was so exciting. Her smirks were so enticing. Hours speed by like seconds. Then what happens is iconic.
So good. I love this. There's some really, really nice stuff in here.
So exciting. Hey, it's totally platonic. That night was so exciting.
That change that night was so exciting. The little breathiness that comes into the voice there, that kind of the physiological reaction to remembering how good everything was, how happy you felt, how wonderful it was in the moment. Really, really nice choice there, vocally speaking.
Wait, it's totally platonic.
And a total contrast from what? Yeah, there's nothing going on here, but oh god, it's a lovely shift.
That night was so exciting. Her smirks were so enticing.
And there were so you could hear the smile in her voice.
Hours speed by like seconds. Then what happens is iconic.
And that then, like holding that for a second, leaving it for just a hair's breadth, and then coming back in with was totally iconic. That really, really nice sort of there's so much character in these vocals. I think that's the thing. She's doing as much work with how she's delivering them, which is one of the reasons, this is such a good performance. She's such a good singer. She's doing so much with her voice of performing as much as she is with the lyrics and facial expressions and things like that, which of course when you're listening to something is critical. This is where musical theatre is such a wonderful thing, because you are acting through song. It really gives you the opportunity to do precisely that, to really use your voice to perform. Not just in terms of singing well, but in terms of being expressive as well.
Speed by like seconds, then what happens is iconic. She takes a sip, I bite my lip. She tells a joke, I nearly choke. She braids my hair, I sit there blacking out for
Oh, that's another one. She braids my hair. Hair isn't purely straight anymore. And I love that she tells a joke, I nearly choke. I love that. That sense of, you're halfway through taking a drink and somebody makes you laugh. Isn't it also one of the things if two people are attracted to each other and somebody says something funny around the table, I think you have a tendency to check in. Like you'll look over and see if the other person's laughing as well, I think is a thing. So I like the fact that you're kind of tying in humor to this as well. Of course, jokes are such a great way to break the ice, right? But this is lovely. The vulnerability of these lines is really good. That sense of expressing, this is how I was reacting, and it wasn't what I was used to. This isn't the straight hair, straight A's, straight girl anymore. Oh, it's so good.
She braids my hair, I sit there blacking out for the first time.
There we go, blacking out for I never black out at parties, but in a sleepover with this one person, I now all of a sudden I'm blacking out because such a great setup with all of this to counter to counter every conviction that was said at the beginning that was obfuscation, was closeting, all of that stuff now coming back out again later on and saying, well, this has happened now. That's so good.
I sit there blacking out for the first time. Next thing I know, I lose control. I finally kiss her, but oh no, I see a face in my window. Then my brain starts to go na 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 na.
That's an interesting one, because I can read that lyric two different ways. I feel like, is it meant to be like they're down in the living room or something and there is actually somebody outside and she sees somebody through the window? But there's also a version of me that says, well, has she just seen herself in the window? And she's looking at herself and seeing, that it's that broken mirror thing of like she's doing one thing and Little Miss Perfect's there in the window going, no. I'm not sure which one it's intended to be, but I like that it could be either, and both make sense in the context of the song.
Next thing I know, I lose control. I finally kiss her, but oh no.
That's interesting. Next thing I know,
No,
I lose control. I lose control. Major.
control. I
Finally
finally
kiss her. We go up for kiss her to the minor. So the kiss is another question, and that's kind of if you enjoy that moment, you've got to continue asking some questions, right? It's not. I feel like that's. Again, this is not something I've been through, but speaking of somebody who has fallen in love before, the moment you kiss somebody is kind of one of those points where you cross a line, an invisible line between two stages of a relationship. And I think that actually a kiss can be multiple lines. It could be a line early on in the relationship. It could be the line between, being just dating somebody and becoming boyfriend and girlfriend, or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it happens to be. It could be the line between, okay, this is, you kiss somebody when you marry them in many structured weddings and things like that. It's a development point multiple times during the course of a single relationship. And so I feel like the fact that becomes minor at that point, because now all of a sudden you've hit that. And it's like, okay, I've done this thing now. Now what do I think? Next
thing I know, I lose control. I finally kiss her, but oh no, I see a face in my window. Then my brain starts to go nah, 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 nah.
I love that my brain starts to go nah. The fact that it's not, that's the way that this is done, I love it, because it sounds like it's that kind of off-the-cuff nah sort of response. That's a really, really cool development there. I like that.
Then my brain starts to go nah, 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 no, you.
And notice we're getting slightly different chords now, and we're only getting them on the first beat of the bar.
Starts to go nah, 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 no, you can't.
Oh, not even that. It's pushed. That's cool. Oh, I like that.
To go nah, nah, nah,
2,
nah,
3,
nah, nah,
4,
nah, no,
1,
you can't
2. It's right before the first beat. It's just a slight push, and it tilts everything slightly on an angle, right? All of a sudden, that fact that that's pushed ahead, it's ever so slightly unsettling, because it feels like it should be dum da 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 dum da da da, and it should land there, and because it's pushed, it tilts you slightly off balance, which is so good for what this song is doing.
Oh, nah, 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 nah,
Also, notice that chord there. Dum, dum.
no, then my brain starts to go nah, nah.
Da, da, dum. I can't hear. I'm not good enough at picking out the note. There's.
Face in my window, then my brain starts to go nah, nah.
Da, da, da. I think it's the minor 7. There's a minor 7 in there. You expect it to resolve down to the tonic and the pure tonic, and then we'll go somewhere else. But it's even uncertain on the landing there. That minor 7 just tilts us slightly off. This is so good.
No, you can't risk falling off your throne. La 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 la. Love is.
Da, da, da. I think we're doing minor 7, major 7, minor 7, major 7, maybe? Or something very similar to that. And it's giving us that sense of kind of like rocking almost, because we're going between two very similar chords, but they're at odds with each other in a way that this whole argument that's going on right now within one person's head is at odds with itself. That's so cool. I like that.
Go na 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 na. No, you can't risk falling off your throne. La 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 la. Love is something you don't even know. Na 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 na.
And how much less conviction did that have for not being accompanied, right? She's still got a very, very powerful na 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 na. It's not. There's nothing uncertain about the way that she's singing it, but because it's unsupported, I find myself believing it less. You can't find yourself falling off your throne. Really? You know, it's a little bit less stable ground than it was the first time around, which is great.
Love is something you don't even know. Na 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 na. You can't risk falling off your throne. La 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 la. You
Oh, that's so good. I love that. You have this, you can't risk falling off your throat. Much higher. It's kind of getting desperate at that point in time. And then you finally have that love. And it's not only is love the biggest, highest note that we've hit in this thing so far, but then there's the break afterwards of the realization. And now... And it's almost... She trips into it. La 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 la. The la's become less definite right before hitting that, because love just kind of creeps in and hits you when you're not expecting it, right? And that she just falls onto love, right up there, and
you don't even know. Rewind.
You don't even know. Takes on a slightly different meaning at this point in time, right? You don't even know, like. Love's just that good.
You don't even know. Rewind, induce amnesia. Deny the truth, it's easier. You're just...
That's hard to listen to, isn't it? Rewind, forget it. Didn't happen. Man, no one should ever have to do that. We're the sum of our experiences. That's what people are, right? We're experiences built up over time. What could be worse than having to wipe out an experience?
Deny the truth, it's easier.
It's also the way that she's singing this is so heartbreaking because it's the conviction's gone. She doesn't want to go back and do this. It's what she feels like she has to do. But it's not. The self-confidence to be right about this isn't there because it isn't right. Oh.
You're just confused, believe her when she says there's nothing there. It's never worth it when your little miss perfect.
Oh, there's so much in this. So much.
She said, deny the truth, it's easier.
Deny the truth, though, right? That's the other thing. Yeah, go back, wipe it out. But it is the truth.
You're just confused, believe her when she says there's nothing there.
This is an interesting question. Who is she in this moment? Is this the girl you just kissed, saying there's nothing there between the two of you? Or is this the little judgmental thing in your head that you've been trained to listen to, saying, no, that your feelings are not real? I'm not 100% sure. Maybe there's a definite vibe to that one. I feel like it could be either one. Once again, there's some lovely bits in here where there's different ways of looking at something. Which I've mentioned already, and I really, really like this one, because that does make me question. I believe her when she says there's nothing. I think you're talking internally, personally. It's part of the trying to convince yourself that this didn't happen kind of thing.
Her when she says there's nothing there, it's never.
Oh, I love that chord.
She says
There's nothing there, boom. We could have a really, really nice resolution to a firm chord there, but...
nothing there.
Bum, that note is still in the chord there, which is leaving it a little bit open. That's so nice. That's so, every single time there is a definite shutdown of emotion in this song, there's a question in the music that denies it, and that's amazing.
It's never worth it when your little miss.
That's lovely. Really beautiful, clean. Like, Taylor's voice is so phenomenal. She's the perfect choice for this song. I love this. I'm so glad we can see her. I'm so glad this is not just an audio file. This expression right here. I'm gonna say perfect, but is this really what's perfect? Denying who I am? Denying how I feel about this girl? And that chord, ho, there. Yes, we resolve, but my goodness, do we not get a gigantic question mark before the resolution? That's,
Perfect.
It's such an unsettled resolution because of that. It doesn't feel good. We don't come out of that feeling that satisfaction of having bum, bum. Like, all that 1-5 setup that we had at the beginning that was these definite, that's a perfect cadence. It is literally called a perfect cadence when you go from a 5 chord to a 1 chord. Dum, dum. It's the cleanest sound in classical music, in musical theory. Bum, bum. 5-1. Probably the most definite. Major 5, major, maybe with a 7th in it. Da, 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 da. Have that little 7th in there for a nice little bit of harmony. Dum, dum, major tonic. The most definite sound in music. And we subvert it massively here.
Perfect.
We have major 6, major 7, and we don't go here. It might be in there, but we go into this crunchy chord. Actually, yeah, we definitely do. So it's major 6, major 7, tonic, but the tonic is broken. It's not clean. It doesn't give us that dum, 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 it's not a 5-1, sure, but it would have been a clean ending. But we don't get that. We get that crunchy chord that resolves into the clean ending, but it's such a question. It's uncertain. It's unconfident. It's asking, is this really right? Great stuff. That is such a good piece of music. Really, really liked it. Thank you very much, Rio, for the recommendation. I really appreciate it. And that's a phenomenal song. I hope, and of course I forgot to say this, check the description down below for a link to the original. Please do check it out and support this song. I mean, it's got 10 million views, and it's got 10 million views for a very good reason as far as I can see. That is remarkable music. That is really, really good music. I hope that you enjoyed watching this with me and listening to what I had to say on it, especially if you're still here at the end. I cannot say how much it means to me, those that hang around to the end and listen to the whole of these videos. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you very much indeed for being here. And my hope is that I have been able to bring something to you, whether it's the song, or Taylor, or Joriah, whatever it happens to be, or whether you've heard this 100 times, whether you were number 1 out of that 10 million, but maybe I brought something to you that made you go, I hadn't thought about that. Or that's why I like this bit right here. That's kind of what I'm trying to do with these videos, and if I manage that, I'll be a very happy man. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that very, very much. Please do like the video, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. All very, very important things to help me build the channel. I am creeping up on 4,000 subscribers right now, which for a channel that does long-form content like this in a short-form community, I'm really, really proud of that, and I would love to hit that 4,000 before the end of the year. So please do those things. And if you care to support the channel, you can do so by heading to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts and either leaving a one-off donation of any amount or contributing to my wishlist item. You can also head over to patreon.com/DavidKReacts, join up for $2 or $4 Canadian or your regional equivalent. That is currently just ongoing support of the channel. I have plans for later in the year for that. You do get access to my Discord that way as well. Or you could leave a super thanks here on YouTube, and if you'd care to do any of those, I would be very grateful indeed. Thanks again for watching. Again, I really appreciate the time that you spend with me. Have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time it happens to be when you are watching this. Let's see if the night owls are out there, like me. 2:12 a.m. See if someone just finished watching then. Oh dear. How many times can I do before I either accidentally duplicate one or run out of time? Anyway, take care of yourselves. Have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.